Welcome back to a Munchausen's Proxy, where a story from Variety caught my attention while I was out of town. In an article titled, Amazon Plans Commercial Breaks for Prime Video, Brian Steinberg lays out Amazon's plans to introduce advertising into its programming, like nearly every other streamer in Hollywood has. The streaming companies have learned that since Hollywood studios broke the streaming model by all jumping into the pool, advertising has become a necessity going forward. What do I mean by Hollywood breaking the streaming model? Well, before all of the major studios except Sony jumped on the streaming bandwagon, streamers like Netflix and Amazon Prime primarily made their revenue via subscription and then using that revenue to buy content from the Hollywood studios. They gradually got into producing original content, but their primary draw was the old programming the studios sold to them. And even with this model, it took years and years for Netflix to show a profit using it after they transitioned from being a CD and DVD rent-by-mail service. When all of the studios decided to jump in on streaming, that model broke. Suddenly, the studios were not licensing out their shows and movies, but putting them on their own streaming services. However, the pool of money out there in the customers' pockets was not infinite. People did not subscribe to every service, and often only subscribed for short periods, and then canceled after they watched a particular show the streamer made as original content, like Stranger Things or The Witcher. Suddenly, all streaming was losing money. Not only that, they all began losing subscribers too, as the content became less than entertaining because the streamers were throwing money at producers to pump out content. Any content. New content meant something to show off to entice new subscribers and keep already subscribed from leaving. Recently, even Netflix, who swore for years that they would never have commercials on their platform, was forced to face facts. You get more money pimping products for billion-dollar corporations than you can from mere schlubs looking to unwind from a long day or keep the kids entertained and out of trouble while you fix dinner. And so they have begun bowing to necessity. Subscription prices started going up. And then the much cheaper ad tier was introduced. And Amazon, hemorrhaging money due to Jennifer Salke's mismanagement of Amazon Prime Video, has now joined the crowd begging at the trough of Madison Avenue. The lone holdout now is Apple and their vanity project, Apple Plus. What comes next is the streamers slowly raising the prices on those tiers that are ad-free in order to get their subscribers off the less profitable ad-free tier that only brings in the measly subscription fee and onto the ad tier that brings in a lower fee but comes with all of that corporate ad money too. Amazon is promising that they will run fewer commercials than traditional broadcasters and their streaming rivals, with about 4 minutes of ads per hour of runtime. The ads will roll out in the US, the UK, Germany, and Canada in early 2024. France, Spain, Italy, Mexico, and Australia later in the year. Should you want to keep your Amazon Prime ad-free, they will graciously be offering an ad-free tier for an additional $2.99. But don't get comfortable with that. Eventually, all of the streamers will want all of their subscribers imbibing their clients' commercials as they rake in the corporate cash. This rush to introduce ad tiers to streaming by all is mainly due to the fantasy of the yellow brick road of streaming being made of gold having long since disappeared for Wall Street analysts. They have begun demanding to know when these companies think their streaming divisions will become self-sustaining and not require the hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars of investment each quarter. Along with this, will inevitably come the requirement of more transparency from the streamers, at least for the advertisers who are paying for the views. Up to now, The streamers have all been secretive to the point of hilarity with their viewing numbers, which was one of the sticking points in the recent strike negotiations between the studios and the actors and writers unions. Conspiracy theorists, who look an awful lot like Nostradamus reincarnated, have long suggested that the reason they do not release the numbers is because the viewing numbers for streaming were much, much lower than anyone thinks. Allowing that information out would tank stock prices and cost companies hundreds of millions of dollars. With Amazon spending like drunken sailors on their original content in recent years, this announcement was inevitable. They have been wasting way too much money for the CEO not to come to the conclusion that new revenue streams, no pun intended, needed to be established if Amazon was going to continue to spend so much money on original content for the platform. So prepare for commercials in the new year in your favorite Amazon programs. That is all for this video. If you like what I do here, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and comment down below. Until next time, tschüss.